This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSPORT Fan Network. TalkSPORT. Powered by fans.
Josh Woodcock. And a superb goal from Barrett. Oh, the keeper saves it, and there's McGregor. And there's a goal. Oh, McGregor.
Robertson, the first time we've seen them attack them, and there's Francis! Well, that's what I wanted to see Robertson do.
Getting a shot in, and a goal! Robertson!
It's the easy way, the hard way, and the Forest way as we welcome you back to Red Side of the Trent here as Forest have gone through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League after beating FC Midtjylland on penalties, winning 2-1 on the night, 3-0 on penalties, and which is a very, very, very rare occasion, it seems, in shootouts. I'm delighted to be joined by Christian Brown to get an immediate reaction. Christian, how are we?
I'm good. I think my heart rate is just about returned to a normal-ish state. But yeah,
have you got one of these smartwatches that will tell you like, you need to lie down or whatever?
It was about 115, I think, before the penalty shootout started. So,
well, I mean, give us your initial thoughts, reaction to that, because I mean, you gave a lot of big spiel after obviously Sunday's game against Fulham, where we should have won that game as well, and saying like, we can't. Why would we not want to win this game of football? And lo and behold, we've gone and done it. I mean, in the most difficult fashion, which is just typical Forest, with a massive kick coming up on Sunday. But I mean, I'm absolutely delighted. So you must be.
Yeah, ecstatic, mate. Absolutely ecstatic. I mean, like again, I seriously struggle to get my head around the fact that there are people who want us to throw this away. I mean, look at the euphoria we're feeling now. Look how happy we are. We're in a European quarter final against FC Porto, and there are some fans who didn't want that, wanted to shut the whole competition. It's like, no. Every part of my fibre, every part of my mind and being, it just goes completely against that. I mean, if you have actual mindset, just don't bother taking up sport. Go take up something that's, active. Like go, I don't know, take up hiking, go walking, go get on your bike and, zoom around, because that's not, what actively wanting your team to lose. That's Spurs behaviour. That's embarrassing. So, yeah, I mean, obviously seeing us sort of come through that despite that sort of backdrop, which was more prominent than you thought. I also found it very funny that the same people who had that mindset also were very annoyed at the subs that came on and performed worse. So it's like, well, what do you want then? But no, I'm absolutely delighted. I mean, again, mate, a quarter-final in a European competition, a major European competition. And it's got Nottingham Forest in it. Like, if you can't get excited about that, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm over the moon with that.
Yeah,
they dug in so deep tonight. They deserve everything they get.
Yeah, I mean, we're saying FC Porto, and I mean they're winning 1-0 as we currently record this against Stuttgart, 3-1 on aggregate. So it will look like that. We'll be playing the Portuguese, I mean, champions elect by the looks of it, they're top of their league, who we did play in the league phase and beat 2-0 under Sean Dyche for 2 penalties. But I mean, it'll be a completely different fixture from that tie. But we will play them away first leg, as you told me in the chat, which I was quite surprised about, because I thought because they finished higher in the league phase, I thought they would automatically get the home leg second. But I think that's a nice Brucey bonus, although we've been poor at home of late. So I'm a bit unsure about that. But let's get into the game, because we made a lot of changes. I think it was 8 in the end, I believe. 9 in the end. So, I mean, Stefan Ortega came back in. I mean, I don't know how that's happened. I don't understand these goalkeeper rules, but delighted to see him back, because I thought his kicking was excellent. And then the back three of Abbott, Milenkovic, Morato, wing backs of Ndoye, and backward centre midfielders of Dominguez and Yates, with McAtee and Hutchinson behind Lorenzo Luca. I mean, what did you make of that lineup? Because I know in our chat we was all a bit like apprehensive about how many changes in the personnel, but I thought it was a chance for them players who have, I mean, they've let us down a little bit this season, but also the football club have let us down in some respects that have also coincided with their lack of form. But I generally thought it was a good chance for them to take the shackles off and show us what they've got, really.
No, big time. I thought you're right. I mean, I must admit, I would have gone for a slightly stronger lineup, but I think even despite it going to extra time, you have to say to Vito, I know obviously we'll come on to the subs and how it sort of disjointed us later on in the game. But if you go through the thing, I mean, was it Milenkovic played an hour, Gibbs White played an hour, Williams played an hour, Aina played about 45 minutes. Anderson played about 45 minutes. Really, if you go through the core players you expect to start at the weekends, none of them would have played more than an hour. So obviously, Sells didn't play, Jesus didn't play. Obviously, Murillo again, 45 minutes maybe. Oh, sorry, an hour. Sangare, half an hour there. Hudson-Odoi didn't play. Hutchinson played an hour. You go through the whole team, like no one really overexerted themselves. So as most of that Spurs team will have played those minutes or more in probably a higher intensity game, you could argue, in a Champions League match. So, I must admit, in terms of squad handling, obviously, we can say after the fact it works. Initially, I'd like to have gone a bit stronger. But like you said, I did think actually that there could be scope for that to work. Abbott in his preferred position, not at right back. McAtee in his preferred position, not in central midfields, which is where Dyche put him against Wrexham. Even Backer and Ndoye, I thought it looked very attacking. Even though they were down as wing backs, it almost felt like it was like a 3-2-5 at points of Forest. We're just like going forward, and it was very exciting. So yeah, I mean, I must admit, I think everyone would have been slightly apprehensive, apart from those who wanted us to toss it off, of course, in which case, bet they were buzzing. But no, again, they all came out with a point to prove. And I think as well, like we've heard so much said about these players, like when we had it after the Wrexham game, obviously the manager at the time threw them all under the bus. It was very clear that what they were ever going to do wouldn't result in anything. Like, we saw that McAtee after Faros, didn't he? Man of the match performance and never seen again. Whereas it does feel that under Pereira, he's realised, look, we're going to need a full squad. So we're going to need them all sharp. We're going to need them all standing tall. And to be fair, they've certainly rewarded his faith tonight. I thought they really put a shift in those boys tonight. I'm so just proud of them more than anything else because they really dug in.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've managed to listen to Vitor Pereira's post-match on BBC Radio Nottingham at all, but he was full of praise for the lads who'd come in, especially like James McAtee, and he said Yates, he was like a warrior because I mean he struggled through an injury towards the end, and he mentioned how good Backford was. He mentioned how good Zach Abbott was. I mean,
yeah,
we all kind of said, "Oh, Abbott in the team," but then in the back three, I just thought he looked so accomplished.
Mate,
I mean,
class,
give him his flowers. I thought, see him in his actual position, and he was brilliant. I didn't even really notice him because one, he didn't really make any mistakes, and two, he just did his job.
He was so composed, weren't he? He looked like he'd been doing that job. He didn't. I don't see like a kid with one Premier League start there. It's nice. He looked like he was mature in his years, much like we've seen with Jay Cunha when he's come in and played. No, he was proper good tonight.
I think this is where like I hate that some people had written him off because he played at right back, and I'm thinking he's not a right back though. It's like Savona at right back. I mean, I'd be interested to see what he's like at right centre half because he's not a right back, but he's better there than Abbott is. But yeah, it excites me that we've actually got a prospect in there that actually at centre half he was very, very accomplished. And I know Midtjylland aren't the best sort of team, but they've gave us a lot of problems in 3 games.
They're awkward, weren't they? Yeah.
Especially aerially. And I thought Abbott dealt with it all alongside Milenkovic, Murillo, and Morato, who all did their part at the back. But I mean, as I said though, Forest made it difficult because we missed chances. Yatesy had a chance hit the bar, which was a great ball from McAtee. I mean, I think the ball sits up quite high for Yates, and he did well to actually get the ball on top of it. I think
there's nothing more he can do there. Yates. He's done everything right. He's just so unlucky. Yeah.
The most gilt-edged chance though is Lorenzo Luca in it, and I just generally thought when he missed that, I was like, it's not our night, is it?
Yeah, I must admit, even for Luca, like they looked at it at half time, and Andy Reid said that to be honest, the header from Milenkovic isn't great as is to him. It also does bounce up very high, but yeah, I think the thing is for Luca is Luca has. He snatched at it. That's the issue. He snatched at it. He has a lot more time than he realises. He could have taken that down and then just prodded it past the keeper he wanted to. But he just literally seen it. His eyes have lit up. He's gone, right, that's it. Like that's my chance to redeem myself and get myself back into like the picture. And he just literally just sliced it way over the bar. But yeah, I mean, we've seen this film, haven't we? We were sort of even like recent. I chatted and he was like, we've seen this film before very recently. We'll end up losing 1-0 or draw 0-0 in the night and go out. But we were carving them, absolutely carving them. Billing got hooked at half time. He was crap. He may as well not have been there. He was like absolutely ran through him the whole half. Like he was nowhere. The only thing he did was clear that one off the line. Even that, in terms of like one's being unlucky and thinking it's not going to be a night, the ball 3/4 of the ball crosses the line and Billing's there to clear it away. It's like, you did start to wonder, like, come on, just put it in, just hit that net, and all the rest will come into place. But yeah, it was. I must admit, I did get sort of feeling like is it actually really coming, or are we just doing what we normally do with different players?
Yeah, well, I generally thought because we was knocking on the door, I just thought like if we can get one before half time, I thought we'd go on and win it. And lo and behold, Nico Dominguez, the master of the looped header, it seems. Brentford in his first season when he joined, I think he scored one against West Ham, Blackpool. He scored a decent header, and then tonight, I mean, how he's managed to like loop it, because it looked quite difficult for where he was, and to find that corner, I mean, it's some header, and it was a great time to score because we deserved it massively. I thought we were more than good enough for going in ahead, and it would have just been our luck not to do so. But yeah, great header from Nico Dominguez.
Massive. I think what I want to highlight first though is Bakwa's ball in is sublime. His delivery all night was. I mean, I actually thought that, great night for him. We might comment on that in a bit. I thought he was showing us again. He's someone else that had all the confidence absolutely battered out of him by the previous manager, to the point he looked terrified of the ball at Braga. And we've seen Pereira put his arm around him, really work with him. Well, he rewarded his faith tonight. He was brilliant tonight. And that ball in is just pinpoint. Milenkovic, again, it's straight at. He knows exactly where that ball's coming. He guides it so beautifully into Dominguez's path. Dominguez has so much to do. I mean, that's probably one of the harder chances we had in the first half. And ironically, it's the one that's ended up in the back of the net. But you could just see the lift, like, Gibbs White running on the pitch when we scored. It was like, we are capable of scoring goals as a football club. But yeah, no, beautiful header. Again, it's one of those, the keeper's sort of like gone for it. He's like, oh, that's beyond me. Like, you can't get, you see him, you just can't get anywhere near it. He's just guided it so perfectly into that corner. And at that point, you're thinking, right, yeah, game on. We've absolutely cooked these for 45 minutes. Like, this is ours. This game's in our hands. We want it. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, second half, as you said, Billing got hooked. I believe another player got hooked. But that didn't really seem to make too much of a difference for Midtjylland, who, I mean, again, I thought they were awful last week. They were awful again tonight in front of their home crowd. They tend to do quite well against English teams. I don't think they get beat very often there.
They don't get beat at home in general, to be honest. They only had one other home defeat, and that was at the weekends this season.
And I mean, we slate Ryan Yates quite a bit on this pod because of his technical ability. Never question his endeavour and his fight for the badge or anything. But oh my God, what a hit! That is some strike from our captain. I don't think he could believe it, to be honest. Could he?
No, I actually think that. I mean, what a strike! Ryan Yates, he was tremendous tonight. He epitomised what it means to be Nottingham Forest captain, and I mean that in the graces of all graces. He was absolutely tremendous tonight. That goal, I mean, Christ! I mean, even at the end, like, he was clearly like injured. He just kept ploughing through and kept being a warrior. Like, we'd obviously used all our subs up. We couldn't take him off. He was still battling, still running. You could clearly see his discomfort. You could clearly see he wasn't like fully 100%, but he was still giving everything to the cause. That's all we asked. And I mean, that goal. I mean, I actually think like him. He sort of slips over as he hits it. I think that helps him because it sort of shifts more power onto his left foot and just whips it past the goalkeeper. But good Lord, what a strike! Like, that's like Michael Ballack-esque. That is like absolutely unbelievable hit. I mean, if you were to tell me that, I don't care how a goal comes, to be honest, but I don't think I had Ryan Yates rattling one like past a lanky goalkeeper's reach from outside the penalty box on my bingo card for tonight. But here we are, outstanding goal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then
give Forest, it a Swizzle strike of the month now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, then Forest naturally take their foot off the gas. We made a few changes, and Midtjylland get back in it with their first shot on goal or on target at least. And it's so unlucky. I mean, we should stop the cross, in my opinion. I think we should close that down. It was a threat from last week where we didn't stop the cross and they scored. Mm-hmm. The ball comes in, the striker barely gets a head on it, and it just it hits Morato. He doesn't even know anything about it because Morello's jumped already. Yeah, he can't react, and the centre half just ploughed it into the goal. Like, Ortega's got no chance either, and you just kind of think, come on now, like this is what we're dealing with at the moment.
You're right. Like, we can't. It just feels like we can't get a break in any capacity, does it? Like that. I mean, I think the subs that we made was Milenkovic, Gibbs White, and Murillo, wasn't it? And off came Doy, who I thought again decent tonight, very decent in fact. who else came off? It was
It was
Milenkovic and
Hutchinson
weren't it?
and
Yeah.
Ndoi. Yeah.
Hutchinson, I thought, had a really good night as well. He pressed really well. But the sad thing is, despite that cross coming in, Milenkovic deals with that, mate. Like, it's not a slight on Murillo. It's just because Milenkovic is that 6-7 inches taller. He just gets to the ball first, and that's it. Danger's over. But it just sums up, like I said, it sums up that season. That really, I mean, that's kind of luck going against us. I mean, again, you've had a game where last week we've had, an offside by a Rizzler paper, as Reese 2.0 put in the chat, go against us, and a slightly bigger Rizzler paper for the penalty. We've hit the bar last week as well with a thunder strike. This week, that ball could go absolutely anywhere, and it just happens to nestle perfectly on a pitch that bounced horrendously all night. Sits up absolutely perfectly for that centre back to rattle it in. Nothing Ortega could do, nothing Morato can do either. I think it's really unfortunate it is Morato in that position, because it probably goes down as a mistake from him, but it wouldn't matter if it was Morato or anyone else. That touch is going to be exactly the same, no matter who it is. So, yeah, really cruel. Again, we just can't seem to sort of get any sort of rub of the green, at least, it felt like. But, yeah, pain.
Did you think the subs made stunted us a little bit? Because I felt like Hutchinson and Doy and back with like that combination with McAtee there. I felt like that was a nice little combo of players. They seemed to link up really, really nicely. But and obviously Backwood ended up going off injured with a bit of cramp. But I did feel like it took the edge off a little bit, I thought.
No, it did. I think you noticed it really. The only sub who came on and I thought matched the intensity of the game straight away was Sangare. I thought when he came on extra time, he was the only one was like, right, when you saw him get the ball, it looked like he'd been on the pitch from the get go. He looked acclimatized to the pace of the game perfectly straight away. I think it took the others a bit of time to get into it, and that's probably where disjointedness came from. Because Gibbs Wright was very good. He probably should have had a couple of assists tonight, really. But it took him a 10-15 minute spell to really get going. Murillo as well, the same. I thought he started off quite slow, and Williams, he didn't really get started until extra time at all. So when you've got that going on, it's difficult. I mean, obviously those subs would have been pre-plans. I think have to make sure no one plays more than an hour, especially Milenkovic, who will obviously start at the weekend, of course. But yeah, it definitely sort of took the wind out of ourselves a little bit, and it gave Midtjylland a bit of momentum to sort of push back.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, second half, in extra time. I mean, there wasn't a lot to really go off. I mean, Ortega made a decent save at the end of the first half, but we had a clear goal disallowed for offside with Lorenzo Luca. But I mean, as we've mentioned, Yates and he's hobbling around. I mean, the disallowed goal. I mean, we said it last week. I mean, the Rizzler paper. I mean, it's a Nat's cock.
Yeah.
Today, I mean, it's an unbelievable header. It almost looks like it hits him, but he directs it. It's a great cross from Anderson. You're just thinking, can we please have this winner now? Because we can't deal with penalties. And just when your luck's not going, it's not going. And I always then think like, this is how I can see how this is going to end. And I think it's just the Forest PTSD in me, even though we've had good results on penalties over the last couple of seasons.
No, I must have felt the same way. When that goal was ruled out, I was like, oh, we again can't get any luck. Can't buy luck for love or money at this moment in time. So have you ever played Fallout games?
Yeah.
You get luck as a little perk. Ours is like on minus 100 or whatever it is. I don't think that's even possible in a game. But no, it's again just so cruel and unfair. Imagine what a moment that would have been if that goal stood. He
did the Bellingham celebration.
Yeah, in terms of Yates' legacy for Forest, that would have been absolutely colossal. The night, scoring 2 goals to get Forest out of the mess in a European away game would have been unbelievable. But no, I mean, we didn't even see at least with the Premier League, you can sort of see these the lines. We couldn't even see those. He looks marginally off from the angle he is, but they gave it quite an empty check, didn't they? But yeah.
I mean, that's just one of them. And then penalties quickly. I mean, our 3 were really good. I thought all on the money. Gibbs White's one was probably the pick in terms of because the keeper went the right way, and I'm glad he just slammed it home, sort of thing. But I mean, the three for Midtjylland, I mean, it's very, I mean, ask a player to hit the post on purpose. I think they'd struggle, to be honest. The first two. And I said to you off air, the guy come up for the third, I seen him kick the ball earlier and I went, he's got shovel for feet. And like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I say that this is going to sound, no, actually, I'm not going to say it. I'll say it off air to you. But I just couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe they missed all three and it was just that easy. And you're just thinking, why couldn't the game have been that easy? But yeah, it must have been a great night for the likes of Reece and Emma, who he's gone with, and Alex, and anyone that's managed to get out to Denmark and enjoy the European journey continue now.
Oh, mate, it's colossal. Absolutely colossal. I don't forget Jess and her, Reece as well, and obviously Jeffrey.
Of course,
too.
yeah.
It's ginormous for us. It really is. And like, I mean, like I said to you off air as well, like, it kind of felt like the footballing gods sort of went, you know what, like, if you look at the chances Forest had over both legs, there's no way they deserve to lose that game or go out of the competition. And I would have said that if it was Forest. I would have said that if it was anyone else. I mean, if it was Derby and they lost some penalties, I would have laughed. But I still said, like, objectively, yeah, they probably should have gone through over the balance of play because of the chances they made, whatever else. But I mean, like I said, Midtjylland had 5 shots on target in 300 minutes of football against us.
That's outstanding.
It's ridiculous. So, and they scored 2 goals. So, you know, it's the least we deserve. I mean, just talking about Gibbs White as well, by the way. Yeah, that was mega, that, because again, he you could see he took this thing out of situation himself. I could see the goalkeeper riding him up, rattling him before, you know, smacking the ball out of his hands, making him wait, kind of thing. Then Gibbs White made him wait, and then just blasted it past him. I mean, yeah, he managed that situation so well. Sangare's penalty, again, brilliant. Just puts it in an area the keeper can't reach despite going the right way. Williams' penalty, superb. I imagine it would have been Anderson and probably Luca to be the next two. Then, yeah, I mean, or maybe Murillo. But obviously we'll never know, because, I mean, his pains, like you said, to hit the post twice. It kind of reminded me of that Croatia and I think it was Turkey in Euro 2008. I remember Croatia missed like the first 3 penalties. I think I remember Modric hitting the post or going outside the post, sort of thing. But it is very rare that you see that happen. It kind of gave me Sheffield United vibes in a good way. Then obviously the third one, just it's coming down with Stelnet now, isn't it? That third penalty. But yeah, I mean, to talk about luck, that we deserve that. We'd done more than enough to warrant that rubber green. We'd earned that luck tremendously, because God knows we haven't had any of it over the last 2-3 months or so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I left the City ground last week quite quickly, so I actually missed the Midtjylland celebrations. I'm quite a bit sad that we didn't really like bounce up and down in the corner there as much as they did at our ground last week. That's a bit of a shame to rub it in. But just to run through some of the comments in the chat, because we haven't got actually that many slept on it thoughts. So this will kind of be our slept on it thoughts, I guess. James said initial thoughts was a proper team performance. Yatesy was insane. Ortega did some great work in goal for us. I mean, Ortega didn't have really a lot to do, did it? Ross, Yates could have had a Europa hat trick. He could have. Sam, get in, come on, you Reds. Brucey, B team 1, redemption time. James also added Abbott was amazing again, great experience. Anna, yes, you mighty Reds, what a result and confidence boost for this squad. Who else? Let me see. Marcus, so happy for Backward, McAtee and Yates. Cape City just put Nottingham Forest Football Club. Lewis, who's obviously in Istanbul, he's put Istanbul, and he's also put I ache, but so worth it. Pride of Erin, never expected a Fallout mention on this pod. This pod's got everything. It has. I mean, I tried to get biscuits in a big one when we was absolutely naff in the Premier League in the first season, but no one was having any of it.
If Lewis in Istanbul, by the way, I'd be quite impressed.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, he's in Istanbul now. Is he? He's in Denmark.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, he's in Denmark. I do apologise. Yeah, I'm talking rubbish. I'm dreaming of kebabs and turkey teeth. I'm not going to lie. No, so fantastic. Thank you very much for getting involved. Oh, Cape City has actually added to his average at chance creation, shocking finishing, pathetic set pieces, can't get a lead, can't keep a lead. Penalty shootouts come at the king, and you better not miss. I mean, I kind of disagree. I thought our chance creation was good over the last 2 legs. Over the last 3 games, I think we've City, Liverpool, Brighton's probably the only one where I thought actually we was a bit meh. Do you know what I mean? Like, I actually think in all the games Vitor Pereira's been in, we've been very unlucky. So I'm optimistic for the rest of the season. And obviously, let's talk about some player performances, Christian. We'll go back to let's talk about Ryan Yates first of all, because he's been out in the cold since Vitor Pereira's been in. I know he played against Fenerbahce in the second leg, but I just thought tonight was actually a game for him. I thought the referee was very inconsistent in terms of what he was letting go and what he was giving fouls for. But for Yates, that's a really good thing for him, I guess, because he can get physical and maybe referee be a bit more lenient with what he was doing. And I just think it allowed him and Dominguez to pretty much dominate in centre midfield, I thought. And I thought he was excellent. He took his goal really well, fought till the end. And I mean, I think he deserves his flowers.
Yeah, hard to disagree with any of that. I thought it was tremendous tonight. You are right as well. It kind of felt like the last, this is going to sound like a backhanded compliment, I don't mean it to, but the last hour or so probably felt a bit like almost a championship game in a sense that, by that I mean a lot of long balls, a lot of physical like actions, duels everywhere. And to be fair, we've said about Yates before, sometimes when he comes up against people bigger than him, like Joe Linton, Declan Rice, for example, he tries his antics and just gets bounced around because obviously they aren't little diminutive figures like Enzo Fernandez or Alexis McAllister. But he was up against a very big, powerful midfield, and he more than held his own tonight. More than held his own. Got stuck in, won his battles, won his duels, kept it simple, didn't try anything stupid, just got the ball, gave it. That's all. I mean, again, we all know like Yates' limitations as a footballer. That's all he needs to do. All he needs to do. Just get the ball, give it. Get the ball, give it. Win your headers. Get stuck in. Do the dirty work, which he does. And he's so unlucky not to crown that off with a hat trick. Really, I mean, the one that hit the bar in Christ, so unlucky, so unlucky. Can't do anything more than that. The goal, out of this world strike from his left foot, and then the header at the end. It's so desperately unlucky for that to be offside. But no, he led by example tonight. He epitomised what it means to be Nottingham Forest captain, and I can't fault him. I really cannot fault him. Again, he was tremendous tonight, absolutely tremendous. Again, we've said about Yates before, his consistency, because he can be very frustrating at times, especially in a team that tries to pick locks and tries to be more front-footed. But no, he did his job brilliantly tonight. He allowed others to play as well. He was really, really good tonight, Yates.
Yeah. Next one I want to talk about, and I mean, I know this player didn't play the full 120. I can't remember when he came off actually, but I thought James McAtee looked like the player we've bought. I just thought he picked the ball up in so many good pockets. He had so many nice little moments, playing so many balls. Vitor Pereira was massively hyping him up on BBC Radio Nottingham after the game. Just thinks he's got so much ability and so much to give. I think the formation really suited him tonight as well. I think it just allowed him to drift into these positions where he could pick up the ball, and he glides so nicely. I love left-footed players. They're just so aesthetically pleasing. Yeah. It's so annoying because I'm just like, I'm boring and right-footed. Yeah, I just think hopefully that's a huge confidence booster for him and a big boost for us, because we need these players to help us out now. We're still in this competition, and obviously with big Premier League games to come as well.
Absolutely. Again, I think. I kind of feel like I'm sort of banging a drum here. I said before with McAtee several times, if he could have gone to much better ranked clubs than Forest, he could have gone to Eintracht Frankfurt. They showed him around his training facilities. They really pushed for him. He could have gone to Borussia Dortmund. He could have been a gem in that team. He came to Forest because he bought into what we wanted to give him. He wanted to stay in the Premier League. He wanted to do this, that, and the other. And to be fair, he's mostly been shafted down the river. He hasn't had the opportunities he probably thought he'd get. Yeah, the manager that clearly hated him for long periods of the season. And that's a fact, by the fact he played 43 Premier League minutes under him. And it's a fact that, no matter what he did in Europe, he would never get rewarded for that, as we saw by the Ferencváros game. So you never got into rhythm. You never got into a position where he could, come in, whatever else. Whatever Vitor is doing with these players in training, I think needs to be looked at, because it is clearly having an impact, because these players that we all thought looked unfit, obviously I back were cramped up tonight, for example, but that's to be expected. He's barely played again himself. I think he played 180 minutes on the Dykes in the Prem. He played 75 tonight alone. So, these players haven't played much. They're still obviously their bodies aren't quite used into the same rhythm of other people, but they look sharp. They look acid. We saw it with Ndoye at the weekend against Fulham. Like he was good tonight as well. McAtee, oh god, like that ball for Yates was perfection, absolute perfection. Like he, like you said, got in the right areas, kept going in the right pockets, drifted in, caused them all manner of problems. And we've said it before. Like Gibbs White, he is a harassment, but he doesn't mean he's undroppable. And if he is having a game where, half an hour he's not quite pulling the right strings, you've got someone there now to just go off there, go have half hour, see what you can do. And he certainly put himself in the window tonight, I think. Yeah, brilliant, McAtee. Probably the best player in red tonight, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean,
it
definitely gives us a bit of a scope for like what we can do going forward. Because obviously, I know Vitor quite like the look of Jacques Cunha. He's probably seen Abbott and gone, well, he's giving me a problem as well. So that formation with your two number 10s, I mean, Gibbs White and McAtee could do that. I mean, Hutchinson, I thought was decent tonight. Actually, I thought he looked bright, and Ndoye obviously at wing back looked bright, as you said. So there's definitely a lot of options. I think that's a good thing. And Vitor Pereira, for me, he seems very proactive and he's not scared to change things, which I quite like. I like, you need that in a manager. You need someone that's got 1, 2, 3, 4 ideas sometimes, because you need ways to unlock teams. I just felt like we said with Dyche, he's just too rigid and just too much like gun ho and let's go for it in that sense. So yeah, I like that we've got a few things up our sleeve. So hopefully that will be good going forward.
Definitely. What I will say as well, just adding on to that very quickly as well, like I think under the dinosaur we just had, he obviously didn't care for the fact we had a squad. He didn't care for it. He didn't know how to manage it. It was alien to him. The whole concept was his entire career has been, I have 11 players and maybe 3 or 4 subs, and that's it. That's what men do. But Vitor very clearly is in touch with the modern game. He understands that it is a squad game, and he's given his players chances. He's given his players minutes, opportunities, and that's good management. It is, because that's the whole reason we built this squad, to deal with depth, so we can juggle multiple competitions. And I think tonight's the first time all season we've actually seen that they're capable of doing it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, quick word on Bakwa as well, because I thought, like we said, his set piece delivery, his crossing,
dynamite.
was pretty good. Like he was putting right on the money, wasn't he, for corners, like real whip, real like danger. And then you saw the opposite of when Anderson came on, bless him, because you just know what you're going to get from him. Unfortunately, dead balls. But again, another headache for Vitor Pereira. And like because he started obviously left wing back, and then Ndoye started right. When they swapped over, I just thought that gave us so much more attacking threat. So hopefully that's also an option. I was just going to need these players. We need something, and they're going to get minutes. It's clear, isn't it?
No, I completely agree with that. I thought we saw it early on on the left, where he sort of he made a silly foul. I know back when he did. I think he didn't quite seem fully comfortable there. I think Mason said it, didn't he, in the chat? Like, backwards game has been you're on the right, you cut inside, or he just seems so much more comfortable. And that switch to the right. I mean, I think you could tell within about 2 minutes that he was better suited there, because someone who looks scared to take people on, someone who looks scared of the ball as recently as 2 months ago, he saw that fullback size him up and just went, right, bang, bang, took him straight on the line, whipped the ball across and got a corner. I thought, yeah, okay, we might start to sight see what his back was about now then. And he would cause some problems all night in that right flank, all night. And delivery-wise, every corner we looked a threat from. Whether it was the one that crossed, the one that was cleared off the line. There was a few others like dangerous ones. Every single corner, obviously, the one we scored from eventually, worked out. Even the ones that were recycled, and obviously that one that Yates had that header which went past the post of McAtee's ball as well. Every single corner that we put in from backward you thought, Christ, that's dangerous. That's going somewhere. A bit more coordination, a bit more, sort of positioning, and you probably getting some goals out of that. And like you said, the drop off to Anderson was staggering in terms of set piece delivery tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just give a shout out to our sponsors. So we've got Trentside Threads. That's trentsidethreads.co.uk. Use RSOT for 10% off. That's RSOTT for 10% off. Lots of shirts on there, lots of jumpers, mugs, whatever you need. Trentside Threads will do everything that they've got on there. So yeah, do check them out. I do need to probably do a little bit of a better one for Ryan there. Or maybe I'll have to have a chat with him. Get some better stuff on there to shout about. The Vesta Blinds, so stylish, high quality, made to measure blinds and shutters at a great price. Give your home the perfect finishing touch with stunning, expertly fitted window coverings from Vesta Blinds. Do check them out, vestablinds.com. Get in touch with them and get some nice blinds for your home in the near future. Christian, I mean, we'll talk about your charity for running the London Marathon at the end as well. We'll give that a shout out and start pushing that as well, because that's going to be a great cause. Obviously, you couldn't run it last year. You got injured, unfortunately. We play Tottenham Hotspurs on Sunday at hopefully 3 Point Lane. It's a chance to do back-to-back to them home and away as well. They won last night against the Atletico Madrid side that I believe they rotated, or at least took their foot off the gas. Anyway, I didn't watch the game. I'm kind of gone off being a neutral in lots of football matches, to be honest. I mean, at least Igor Tudor is going to be in charge, but I think Tottenham seem to think they might have found a bit of a formula in these last 2 games. I mean, what are your thoughts on that going to Tottenham?
Difficult. I mean, obviously, Bennett messaged me and sort of said he's a bit worried about Spurs. They had it back together. He went, I think, with one of his mates got my free ticket, and he's like, "Oh, Spurs look quite good." I thought. I was like, so I don't really buy it just yet. I mean, the thing is, Atletico Madrid's tactics for that game was don't lose 3-0. He's rotated the team, and they still scored 2 goals, despite that being there, knowing full well Spurs threw everything at them, knowing full well they had to come out and try and put in a performance. You can argue, yeah, they might get some momentum from that, a bit of a bounce. They'll also be knackered from that as well. So they're dragged through the mire. Against Liverpool were comically bad in that game. Like, I think any other team in the Premier League probably wins that match. I include Burnley in that as well. But yeah, Spurs have gotten out at the end of Richarlison, but it's massive. Obviously, that they're doing like a whole sort of that they're abandoning their protests. They're abandoning to sort of go for more support the club. But I don't know. I mean, knowing what that Spurs support is like, if we score a goal in the first 10, 15 minutes, that's wraps. Their fans will just go home. So we've got a huge opportunity. I don't know if it's quite in the we absolutely must win this game bracket, but it's definitely a do not lose. But yeah, we got a huge opportunity to put some daylight between the bottom 3 and ourselves. Or at least at the very worst, it's a 2-point buffer, isn't it? I think if us and West Ham both win, obviously Spurs will go beneath us. So yeah, big opportunity. I'm hopeful and optimistic we can get the job done over there. We actually seem better away from home. I mean, again, so that's 4 games down the Vitor away from home, and we've had Fenerbahce, Man City tonight chasing a deficit, and obviously Brighton, and we've scored 8 goals.
Yeah,
despite playing. No one goes to Turkey and wins 3-0. No one scores 2 goals at Manchester City, just going behind twice. Brighton, again, we've said Taiwo should have equalised. Love him to bits. And that free header, he should have planted at the back of the net. Take some lessons from Gatesy, Taiwo. And obviously tonight we scored 2 again. It could have been way more. So all the issues we have at home, 1 goal from 99 shots, don't seem to translate on the road. So, yeah, I'm optimistic we can go there and cause something. It'd be very for us to lose that game because they haven't won all year in the Premier League, and that run has to end at some point. But hopefully, it can stay a little bit longer.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to confirm, we will be facing Porto in the quarterfinals. Christian, Aston Villa made it through. They won 2-0 on the night. Roma have come back against Bologna. They've gone into extra time. It's 3-3 on the night. I mean, maybe put that on after you've come off this, see what happens in that game. So yeah, some interesting results so far. So yeah, Porto and Patch has actually said Braga play at home as well, so we could play Porto on the Wednesday potentially. So I don't know how that's going to work. So
travel plans.
Yeah, that would be interesting. So yeah, no, I'm in your camp with Tottenham. I think like the pressure's on them really being the home
Big
side.
Time.
I just think it's gonna be interesting to see what we go with, what formation we go with. I personally think he'll go 4-2-3-1. Vitor Pereira. I can't see why he would change from that in the league, and I just think Igor Jesus will get his spot back up front. I mean, it's great to see Forest video come out in the week with young Noah who's beat cancer. and everything. And then obviously a surprise figure in Chris Wood being in the video. I don't think that was accidental by the club by all means, personally, that he appeared in that video. And that gives us a bit of a boost if he can come back sooner, because God, we miss his goals, and that could prove vital if he can come back and for both competitions, really. So do you see a formation change? Do you think we'll go to the 3? Do you think we'll stay at the 4? What are you thinking?
It's very difficult. Purely on the basis that Moretto and Abbott have played 120 minutes tonight, probably unlikely. It probably will be a 4. And to be honest, I think they look better at a 4 against Fulham as well. It's something with the 3 that didn't quite click at the weekend, I don't think, for me. But again, it gives him options, doesn't it? I mean, this is what I'm saying. This is what I've said all season. We have a squad for versatility. We have a squad for adaptability and changing. Keep them guessing. Keep the teams guessing. They don't know what Forest are going to face. It makes their job so much harder to prepare for. But yeah, I do think it'll be a 4. I think that, again, it'd be quite bold, I think, to play one of centre backs, unless Jay Cunha's mysteriously fit again. It'd be very bold, I think, to throw him into that scenario.
Yeah, so I think it'll be. I generally don't know if Sells or Ortega will play. The way I like with Ortega, I just like that he'll play a pass into midfield when it's safe. I mean, he got away with one tonight where the striker closed him down, but I generally think his kicking is probably a little bit better than Sells's, and I think they're both pretty level in terms of shot stopping. So it's a difficult one for Vitor to see what he's going to do, and like you say, keep it guessing. Joe, like when we had previous managers, I know under Nuno it was brilliant because we needed the consistency, but he kind of a little bit second guess with Vitor Pereira at the moment because he's got these 2 different formations, and they're away from home. We are better, and we seem to be adopting this 3 from away from home. And maybe we'll soon find out what's going to happen. But I fully believe we can go to Spurs and beat them. I just don't think they're that good.
Like, imagine if we can. Like, imagine let's just say, for example, as a hypothetical scenario where we win that game, and you're going into
Villa do us a favour against West Ham.
You're going to 3 weeks without Forest. We're out of bottom 3. We're in the quarterfinal of the Europa League, and you've got 3 weeks of no stress. How nice does that sound?
I don't know what that is. What is that? What's that like? Euphoria, yeah. It will be. I mean, it'll be the stresses of trying to get to Porto, I guess, with flights or whatever. Like, so yeah. Massive opportunity. I mean, what's your score prediction for it?
Oh God, 2-1 Forest.
2-1. Scorers? Are we picking scorers?
Gibbs White and Big T.
Right, okay, bloody hell. Okay, fair. I'm gonna
his form from the 2022-23 season where he turned into prime R9 for the last 8 games and kept us up.
I'm gonna go 1-0. Igor Jesus. Somehow, I don't know, just kind of willing it into existence. But no, thank you, mate, for joining us. Thank you very much for everyone that got in the chat. 169 of you in total here at the moment. 170 just ticked over. So do drop us a like and subscribe. It's all free. We're in the quarterfinals of the Europa League, baby. Let's go. And then hopefully come Sunday evening, we're talking about as being a couple of points clear, 3 points clear of the relegation zone. That would be absolutely perfect going into the next international break and going into Easter. So that'd be fantastic. So thank you very much for, again, joining us. Christian, gives a shout out for the what charity you're running for the London Marathon.
Find Your Feet. Yeah, Find Your Feet charity, which they basically do work for families in Africa and Asia to help them grow food, basically, in case like droughts and stuff happen or food poverty happens. So they always have like a resource of some kind to sort of get by. So yeah, that's my London Marathon charity for this year.
Cool. We'll put that in the link just below. We'll probably put it out on our Twitter and Facebook and all that sort of stuff. Maybe try and add like a QR code on the screen where people could probably scan and start donating. So no, great cause for the London Marathon. I mean, how's the training going? Is it good?
Intense. I think I did a 18-mile run last Saturday. I've got a 20-mile run this Saturday. So it's just, I think this week and next week are going to be quite full on, and then it's going to start coming down before I start tapering. And then Yeah, and it's big down on 26th. But yeah, obviously, I appreciate some of the people who watching and listening would have donated last year. And I've been at this, and NFFC Bod did. If you did donate last year, it has rolled over into this. So yeah, you have to donate twice unless you want to. But yeah, it all goes for a great cause. And yeah, I'll be wearing Forest shorts that go round. So fingers and toes crossed.
What's been better, the marathon training or playing in goal for your Sunday side whilst you've been marathon training?
I've been training. But no, I'm not quite Matt Turner, but I don't know if I'm any Matt Sells either.
Or Barry Roach.
Oh yeah, no Kenko Cups, thankfully.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much for everyone joining us. Do drop us a like and subscribe, as I've always said. We'll tune in to the next one, hopefully celebrating a win at Tottenham. And we're singing about 3 Point Lane again, because that would be lovely. But until next time, enjoy your rest of your week. And enjoy the weekend if you can before pulling your hair out against with Forest again. Until next time, come on, you Reds.